Hi everyone, I'm Cinderay9. Welcome to a new Dragon discussion. Today's Dragon discussion I find an interesting one. This is from 55 Machine Gunner 55. Does music make a game? While music can't bring a bad game into a good game, it can carry a mediocre game into a good game. Try playing a game with the music off and see how lifeless it becomes. And second, plus, VGM is way better than most modern bands and musicians. Which, I'll get to that second part. I'll do the second part first now. I love a lot of video game music, but I also like modern bands and musicians too in some ways. There are some music that I just don't get these days. Anyway, it's just depending on your taste. But the first part of this is what we're really going to discuss. If you want to discuss the second part, please do. I don't listen to a lot of I don't listen to a lot of bands or music these days. I listen to a lot of video game music, as a matter of fact. So I don't feel right about speaking to that second part. But the first part is very interesting. Does music make a game? And I chose this discussion because I'm a big music guy. Sometimes I forget to talk about music in my Let's Plays, but it's always something at the forefront to me. And I agree, music can't bring a bad game into a good game. It can't take a bad game and make it a good game. Because to me, always the biggest determining factors for a game is gameplay and storyline. And then, along with gameplay, the mechanics. That'll always be at the forefront, because you can't play a broken game. And if a game has no story, it can be very lifeless. But the way I look at music, and I'll take it from like a review standpoint, how I would do music. Music to me is what separates games. It's a I don't know the best way to put this. Basically, the way music is for me in a video game is it's the difference between a okay game, a good game, and a great game. So music can take a good game, and if it's bad, it can make it just an okay game, or it can make a good game into a great game. Music is that powerful to me. Now, it depends for different people how much music factors into a game. But I always feel music is important. It's not as important as gameplay, obviously. It's not as important as story, depending on the genre, especially RPG. Story is one of the most important things, if not the most important thing. Always behind gameplay, because again, like I said, you can't play a broken game. But to me, music is that second tier. It is extremely important, and again, it can be that it's a difference maker. There we go. There's the word I'm looking for. The term I'm looking for. Music is a difference maker. It can be the difference between a game getting an 8.0 or a 8.5, 9.0 on the rating of 10. Or music can make a game go from 8 to 7.57. It's that point difference. And that's a lot for a video game. Because a game going from 6 to 7, some people have, you know, it's just kind of built into us as people who read reviews. If you read reviews for game 6, maybe not 7, well, maybe I want to give it a shot. Music is that important. And the other thing, try playing a game with music, with the music off. Now, not just the game music, because there are games that you play over and over again, and, well, I've heard that music a lot. That's different. For those type of games, play with no music. I have several friends that will play video games, and if they've played the game a lot and are used to the sounds, they're used to the same music over and over, they put their own music on. Try playing a game without music, period. It makes a world of difference. And there are a few games out there that music makes like you could say a 2-point difference, or like a 7 to a 9, because music can set the mood for a game. Whether it's passionate music, love music for when two characters are together, you get that discord music, battle music. Music can make a huge difference in a game. If the soundtrack isn't very well done, you lose some of the emotion that goes along with the game. Music is the best about helping bring out emotions. You can have dialogue between characters, but when you hear a piece of music that perfectly fits the mood for the dialogue, it just makes it blossom to enormous heights. It just grows. You get magnitudes of situations thanks to music. When you have that right piece, you could just feel the gravity of the situation. And yes, dialogue is important, but music can really set the mood. If you have the wrong music for the wrong type of dialogue going on, the effect is completely lost, no matter how good the dialogue is. That's how important music is to me. Now, does music make a game? No. Like I said, gameplay. Can't play a broken game. And story. But music, to me, is right below those two. I'm just thinking up off the top of my head. There's a lot of things that go into that. But music, to me, is definitely one of the most important parts of a game. When you hear a particular piece of music, even years later, if it was done perfectly and sets the situation, that music will always strike a chord with the person. If this is especially well done in RPGs, even more so than any other genre. Our RPGs nail it the most because they do focus a lot on story. Take your favorite RPG and think of a powerful scene. I'll even do an example. To me, where Aerith, spoiler warning for those of you who haven't played Final Fantasy VII. Well, let me do something different. Let me do Final Fantasy IV. Wherever Cecil and Rosa are together and you hear Rosa's theme. Whenever I hear that, it immediately brings me back to Final Fantasy IV, to moments with Rosa, to powerful moments between those two characters. Always, every time. Think of your favorite RPG, and just think of either a character or think of a powerful moment. Think of your favorite battle. More than likely, it has a particular song that goes with it, and it will immediately pop into your head. That's the power of music in a game. It makes a good moment into an unforgettable moment. It like I said, it just puts something over the top. It's a difference maker. It doesn't make that the entire moment. If the moment's still bad, then music won't help it that much. But it will make something great into something unforgettable. Music is that. It's the best way I could put it. It's a difference maker. A bad soundtrack will make a good game, kind of mediocre. Like I said, it changes that. It's that much of a swing. Music can make that much of a difference. It won't fix a broken game, but it will make a good soundtrack can make a great soundtrack can make a great game a all-time game, A bad soundtrack can make a great game just a good game. It's that much of a difference. Let me know what you think about this topic. That's why I've said music to me is extremely important. It's not the most important thing to a video game, but it is extremely important. As always, leave your comments. Let me know what you think. How much of a difference does music make in a game to you and just overall in the industry? What do you think? Also, do you have a topic you'd like to hear discussed? I'll have the link to my Steam group in the description below. Click on that. It's super easy to join. Just make a Steam account. That's really easy too. Join the group and post in the topic or discussion labeled Dragon Discussion Introduction of Rules and Guidelines. So that will tell you everything you need to know. Post below and let me know what you would like to hear discussed. Until the next discussion, I'm Cinder89. Remember to shoot for the stars and take care, everyone.